Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and welcome you all back to my next The 5 list I'm going to present to all of you here on YouTube. And today's topic is going to be about a certain racing game franchise from Nintendo that if you've been watching my channel for years now, I always seem to bring it up, I always seem to mention it or do something to recommend it or talk about it or whatever, and that is, you already pretty much know because of the title of this video, but that no suspense, really needed. It is the F-Zero franchise. And for those of you who don't know what F-Zero is, outside of obviously Captain Falcon and Smash Brothers, if you're too young to know these games or never even got a chance to experience them in their prime if you grew up with them and whatnot, it is another racing game from, Nintendo. They do have more than just Mario Kart, people. And it has been around since 1990, and it hasn't had a game since the GameCube and Game Boy Advance era, even despite the fact that fans go nuts and request it all the freaking time, myself included. And it hasn't been seen in a long freaking time, and it is such a beloved Nintendo franchise, a Nintendo racing game franchise. If it's requested so much and it's loved so much, and people love the franchise for the music and the gameplay and the characters and the whatever, it's another racing game franchise alongside stuff like Excitebike, Wave Race, and 1080 that are racing game franchises that Nintendo has that are not Mario Kart, which, quite frankly, Nintendo, we need to see more of those brought back. Please. It's not all about Mario Kart. Despite its popularity, there's other stuff out there too. But, like I said, there's been numerous fans that have been requesting this game for years, myself included, like I said, and Nintendo's even brought it up a few times, like Miyamoto brought it up, like, oh, we're going to wait for a new control style, or something about someone, I don't know if it was Miyamoto or not, saying, oh, they didn't know why F-Zero was that popular or demanded, or, yada, yada, yada. And then it just made the fans request it even more. And before Star Fox Zero came out, it was neck and neck with the Star Fox fans. The F-Zero fans were requesting a new game just as much as Star Fox fans were. Those were like the two top Nintendo franchises that fans wanted new games of, not named Metroid. But yeah, this video right here is going to be like a video of the 5 things I feel should be included if and when, and hopefully it's not if, hopefully it is a when, the return of F-Zero does come forth. And I'm hoping and praying that that is on the Switch. That's this generation on the Switch. We need a return of F-Zero. So like I said before, this is the 5 things I feel need to be included in the return of F-Zero. What I feel need to be included in the revival of the F-Zero franchise and the return of it to Nintendo's racing lineup, which it so desperately needs. So let's start with 1, something simple, and that is going to be a logo editor. Now, it's like, there hasn't been that much customization stuff in the F-Zero franchise since its inception. There's been little things here and there, but it's never went fully blown out and done stuff like that, which I think with a return of F-Zero, it truly, 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 truly needs, and you're going to see other customization stuff on this list later on, but I'm starting simplistic with a logo editor because I think that's like a simple thing to add to allow a little bit of customization to your game so every player can personify themselves and add their own little creativity in it. We see logo editors all the time in like a Call of Duty or other first-person shooters. Quite frankly, Mario Kart they did it with Mario Kart in the DS game. You could add emblems on your vehicle. It'd be cool just to be able to create your own little emblem, put it on your racing car, put it on a profile for you, like your online profile or something across the Nintendo Switch network or whatever. Or, use it on a track or something just to be able to personify like your own logo in your own Mario Kart, like type style, like how they did it with like, Mario Kart DS, but now like a Mario Kart style, but in F-Zero. Like, be able to make your own unique universe with your own logo that personifies you, and then you make the game your own. It's not the biggest creation feature I have on my list, but it is something that'd be kind of cool to include just for the sake of giving the fans to be able to use their creativity, which I would love. I love it when games allow, the gamers to be able to be creative and design their own stuff. Just be able to design my logo. I'd like to go in there and maybe design like a Triforce that has a dragon on it with flames and call it the Inferno Flaming Blue Tiger Dragon. I don't know. My logo, Sniping is Fun, with a Sniper's logo on it. I don't know. Whatever you want. Just, it'd be kind of cool to be able to customize something of your own. You can put it on your vehicles. You can put it on the racetrack. You can use it as a profile picture. I don't care. But a logo editor would be a nice, easy creation feature that I think F-Zero needs. The next one is going to be a feature that everyone pretty much asks for when it comes to, when F-Zero comes back. And that is online. allow us to go online and race against other people, race against our friends, race against strangers, set up our own leagues, do single races, ranked races, unranked races, some battle deathmatch, set up, whatever, and just allow us to have full customization of going online. Mario Kart's online, and numerous other video games nowadays in this day and age are pretty much online. With a return of F-Zero, if Nintendo has all their other racers pretty much online, like Mario Kart, I don't see why F-Zero can't have online. It's pretty much a big feature of a racing game is to be able to nowadays play against people that are not with you. You could still keep the 4-player split-screen multiplayer epic awesomeness that the F-Zero franchise is known for, but allow us to go online and race against like 20 other people, like 20, 30 character races. It'd be kind of cool because that's basically, it needs to be more Mario Kart. It can't be like the 12 some odd characters Mario Kart, because what makes F-Zero so awesome is so high-speed action with more people on the track, so it's more dangerous and difficult. That's what the high-intense action makes F-Zero so freaking awesome. So let us go online and race, like unranked races, ranked races, set up leagues and see who wins the most races, some sort of tournament type stuff, set up prizes and stuff, and so on and so forth. Just give us an online mode, because that's like the thing everyone wants is the new F-Zero. An online mode. Mario Kart does it. Allow F-Zero to do it. The next one is going to be another creation feature, one that I think is a little bit more important than Emblem Creator, and it has shown up before in the F-Zero franchise, and that would be an updated vehicle editor. They have done this before in F-Zero GX. You can basically unlock parts and set up your own little custom vehicle by playing the story mode and Grand Prix and whatnot, and it's like, it's very basic, but they allowed you to create your own vehicles by getting parts and just throwing them together and adding colors and whatnot. I want a full-blown vehicle editor. Allow us, you can make it simplistic for people who don't want to go fully in depth on it, like on F-Zero GX. Allow us to just do basic parts and just throw them together. But for people that are more creative, allow us to draw designs on it. Allow us to use our logo editor, like I just mentioned, to throw the logos on our vehicles. Allow us to craft it, like draw lines of how we want the curves to be and how we want our car to all look, our vehicle to all look, so we can make it our own. If you haven't noticed, 2 of my features so far on this list have been customization, because I think the F-Zero franchise would do well to have customization and allow the characters, the people that play the game, the players, the gamers, to characterize and customize their game to their heart's content. And I think being able to create your own vehicle would be like that. Make a vehicle that you want to see challenge the Blue Falcon or the Fire Stingray or whatever. Or any of the other characters' cars. You want to go toe-to-toe with Captain Falcon in your Death Race 5000 Mega Drive Blue Omega craziness. Whatever you want. You can make a big giant bubble. You can make a dragon face on the front of your car. Allow us to be able to customize something so it's our vehicle. It's the new F-Zero, and it's our F-Zero, the gamers' F-Zero, to make their own universe in F-Zero. And I think an updated vehicle editor, whether it's simplistic, just throwing blocks on it for people that just want to do that, but then being super in-depth for people that want to fully customize their car with flames and dragons and lasers and whatever, allow us to be able to customize our vehicle, because that's a cool feature. My 4th one is going to go to a story mode, which is not really all that unique to the F-Zero franchise, really, because there was a story mode in GX, despite how freaking hard as hell it was. And then there was a story mode in the in like the GP Legend and GP Climax games based off the anime on the Game Boy Advance. But a story mode would be kind of cool, especially now with F-Zero being gone for so long it was. I think the perfect story would be have the F-Zero Grand Prix come out of retirement. The games are going to come out of retirement whenever this thing comes back. So let the story mode in there be detailed about the return of the F-Zero Grand Prix. Let's just say that during the events of the F-Zero, F-Zero X, F-Zero GX, the races got too freaking dangerous and they got canned after the whole Deathborn Black, Shadow thing in GX. And Captain Falcon, because the Grand Prix were so dangerous and went into obscurity and were ended, he kind of went into obscurity himself and disappeared. Even as a bounty hunter, disappeared, and have a story of him coming out of retirement, and now this new Grand Prix brought up, and he's trying to get to the bottom of why the heck's the Grand Prix back? This death race was ended years ago, so I have to come out of retirement and stop it. And then also I'm a bounty hunter, so I have to stop it, but I'm a race car driver, so I want to win it. And just make it a story where everyone's coming out of retirement. You can throw in a punch of new race car, race drivers that want to be the new generation of the F-Zero, the old generation versus the new generation, and make it just big cinematic story. I mean, you're still going to have Grand Prix. You're still going to have the basic Grand Prix of the Emeralds and the Kings and the Rubies and the Pawns and all that stuff. That's never going to change. That's the standard thing for a Nintendo racing game, F-Zero, Mario Kart, or otherwise. cups and Grand Prix and championships. But a story mode, a full-fledged story mode for a return to the F-Zero Grand Prix, in my opinion, would be very cool, especially because it'd be cinematic and give like a full-blown universe to this thing and give us a full-blown story for why it's brought back. Not just that everyone wants F-Zero back, but a storyline reason for the F-Zero Grand Prix coming back. And my number 5, and one more customization, one they've also used before in the game. 2 games, in fact, 2 of which we never got. And my most wanted customization feature in this game, and I'm sure everyone would agree with me because a lot of people recommend it, that goes to an updated track editor, and this time localized. For those of you who don't know, when F-Zero X came out on the 64, they had the disk drive in Japan, and you can create custom tracks on that. What happened? The disk drive never came outside of Japan! So we never got to customize stuff in F-Zero X. And then when Climax came out on the Game Boy Advance, another game we never got localized, you could create tracks in that game too. So they've done it 2 times in the series, and neither of those times have been international releases. So bringing back F-Zero allow us to create our tracks, make loop-de-loops, do flame fields, have buildings and death trap races and like jumps and pits, and just allow us to create our own freaking fire fields or blue, big blues or mute cities or silences or fire fields or white lands or whatever the heck else. Allow us to be able to make our own racetrack. Allow us to be able to customize it, make it as hard or as easy as possible, and take those racetracks online, play with our friends, with our customized vehicles, customized emblems, full-blown story mode, online mode. In my opinion, a new F-Zero desperately needs to be super fully customizable, which would, I think the same thing should apply to like other Nintendo racers like 1080 and Wave Race and Excite Bike 2. And quite frankly, Mario Kart would be kind of cool to be able to customize stuff too. But F-Zero is the franchise, in my opinion, that would totally work and totally go along with this kind of feature because you can make it as hard or as easy as you want. And I always think it's a good thing when you let the gamers do what they want and customize their game how they feel. I want to make an emblem of a giant sniper dragon on my Fire Sniper 9000 and my Death Field of Flames. I don't care, but updated it so it's super fully in depth, created a lot of the way you want, and localized this time a track editor. And that's what I personally think would be the 5 things that I personally would like to see in the next F-Zero, whenever that does happen, and I'm hoping it happens really soon. I really, truly do. And like I said, that's it. Like, hopefully it returns, the return of F-Zero, the revival of F-Zero. Those are my 5 things: a track editor, a vehicle editor, a logo editor, online, and a story mode. Put in the comment section what you guys think. What do you guys think of this? Do you guys agree with these 5 things? What do you guys want to see in the return of an F-Zero the F-Zero franchise? What do you personally want to see? And let's discuss it down there as F-Zero fans, and hope that we don't have to wait too much longer, because with the Switch out now, I don't want to go 3 generations without a damn F-Zero game, because I really can't take it anymore. See you all later in my next video. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day, and remember to show me your moves!